Hey, what is happening? Thank you for tuning in for a late night writing session. We do this every other week. Here's how it goes down. If I don't have a show on a Friday night, Saturday night, I should be working. And since I'm not, we will be writing. This is a good chance to interact with you. When I do the Write Show, which is every Wednesday, I don't have time to check every comment. It's a little hectic. But this gives us a chance right now to really focus on your comments, make it more about you, see if I come up with any good ideas. You guys can vote if you like a certain joke or don't ever do that joke. We'll figure it out together. And so that's what we're going to do. And thank you for tuning in to the late night writing session. Obviously, you can leave your comments in the chats. We're live on Facebook. Look at this. We're going to tune that out. Okay, I see all your comments coming in. I'm going to leave one myself. So here's a comment I'm going to leave. At a certain point, in about 10 minutes, we're going to go over to rockfin.com and finish this out. So see you there in 10 minutes. That's cool. It worked. And I'm going to answer a few of your questions. We'll put them on the screen and we'll go from there. You can click on that link if you're on YouTube and you'll find the Rockfin. And Rockfin is a place where they don't censor you. Now, something very interesting has happened. I've been stuck at 335,400 subscribers for 7 days. I was getting 1,000 new subscribers every day in the month of May, June, July, August. That's how you get from 70,000 a year ago today to 335,000, and something happened. I don't know what. I think it's because I've made fun of the boosty boost one too many times. I try to use veiled language, secretive language. So when I say boosty boost, I hope you know what I mean when I say that. But you be the judge why I have not gone up any subscribers in 1 week. Very odd. And I'll tell you something else. All the comments are positive. I put out a new video almost every day, hundreds of thumbs up. So what we should do in order to protect ourselves is, if you get a chance, I want you guys to give me your email address. Then I can send you my comedy clips if they ban me. Probably what they're going to do next is ban me for making fun of the boosty boost, Dr. Fauci, St. Floyd of fentanyl, and bumbling, oh, hold on, man. Oh, come on, what's the big deal? Joe Biden. Very hard to do that impression because I'm not dumb enough to pull it off. Plus, Joe Biden doesn't have dark, beautiful Persian eyes equidistant from his nose. Joe Biden's eyes come in close together. His mouth is over here, but his eyes are here. Like Gary Oldman in that Hannibal Lecter movie. I'm going to pull up a picture so you can see what I'm talking about. Gary Oldman, Hannibal. Okay? This is Joe Biden. This is what his face looks like. Go to my StreamYard and share that screen right here. Boom. All right. Do you see it? Slightly? Right there. Eyes close together. This is Joe Biden in a couple of years. We're about 3 years away. So there you have it. So we're going to do a little writing session and come up with a few jokes, since comedy clubs are not really a trustworthy source of entertainment, because you'll have a date, then they shut it down. Then they ask your fans to have 4 vaccines, 2 papers, 3 red forms, 2 boosters, and a partridge in a pear tree. And it's very odd. So I do want to announce some upcoming tour dates just so you can see where I'm going to be. And then if I'm not coming to your town, maybe you put on your own comedy night and we go from there. So we have Nashville, Las Vegas, La Jolla, Huntington Beach, Dallas, Oxnard, Houston, San Jose, Sacramento, and as of tonight, I got the email, Philadelphia punchline. So what I need everyone from Philly and the tri-state area to make that hour and a half drive. Let's sell out Philadelphia, 6 p.m. on a Sunday, January 23rd, I believe. Those tickets aren't even on sale yet, but let's send a strong message that when I come to Philly, we're going to sell out. This will allow Boston to go, let's bring them. This will allow people in Maine to wake up, Connecticut. There's about 250 comedy clubs, and there's 3,000 out-of-work comedians trying to get in. So you guys can be a big help by getting the pre-sale ticket, and that will put me on their radar. All right, time for some jokes. Okay, so I was thinking of an app. That's a funny premise, is apps, okay? And I was thinking, what is an app that we all need that doesn't already exist? That's where the comedy is, because there's an app for everything. Getting a ride, finding an ice cream parlor. So think of funny apps while I go through your comments, and I'll tell you then the app that I came up with. Here, Take the Power Back says, you better smash the like button, all three of you. Well, there's 120 people watching live right now, but yes, 3 people should smash the like button. Nathaniel says, what's up? Mel says, why did he redo the countdown? I had to redo it because Rockfin has an extra thing I need to do to come live. So I needed more than 30 seconds to go and do that extra thing on Rockfin. Someone says, you're not Kvon, you're Yavon. I have a cousin named Ravon. Isn't that funny? My dad's name is Iraj. He has a brother named Turaj. My name is Kvon. I have a cousin named Ravon. Not a cousin named Trayvon. That would have been hilarious. Kvon, Ravon, Trayvon. But if you think that's hilarious, oh my God, why do Iranians do that? Well, we have names like Rob, Bob, and, Beth and Heather. I don't know, something like that. We'll figure that out later. All right. Hey, we actually have a Rob right here. Rob Berglund says, America. But we have Stacy, we have Lacey, we have Casey. So these are names that rhyme and very funny. If your family is Stacy, Lacey, Casey, and you were the Macy family, that would be hilarious. Rosie says, I love all the Vaughns. Who is your brother? Well, his name is not Kvon, it's Sean. There you go. What about something like YouTube and Facebook just for comedy? Good question, Tiffany. They kind of have that. It's called Dry Bar Comedy app. I'm on there. Then there's Sirius Radio has USA Comedy Network. It's clean. Crappy app. An app that lets you know when to go to the bathroom and keep you regular. Well, they do have an app telling you where there are bathrooms in New York City, which is really good. A pro-LGBTQ Let's Get Biden to Quit app. Very good. All right. So you guys have some in mind. I'm going to tell you an app we have. And by the way, thank you for the donation. Tip in the bucket. It's very kind of you. Mary, it allows me to keep doing comedy even when they're shutting me down. John says, Kvon, claim you're a minority and you're going to get unbanned from YouTube. Yeah, right. Anne Iconics says, coming to Dallas. That's great. Dallas, we already sold out all the VIP tickets. Now there's only, I think there's 100 tickets left, but we're 3 weeks away. So that is really cool. I haven't been to Dallas in 2.5 years. It is definitely time to come back. All right, here we go. I'm going to give you the app I thought of. They need an app where women can get their earrings, jewelry, or any valuables they left behind from a boyfriend or a one-night stand's apartment without interacting with him. What do you think of that, ladies? The guy, you really don't even want to get in touch with him, but my God, those were grandma's earrings. You get on the app, some goons show up to the door. They knock on the door. Maybe the guy gets a $5 gift card for handing over the goods. And then The goons bring you your belongings. Rosie's down with that. Sergio's down with that. And Persian Cucumber likes that one. Beautiful. Now, this app goes both ways. Let me explain. This app has a guy version where you can return the stuff to the girl without ever having to talk to her. So if she leaves her grandma's earrings, like, hey, I guess I'll just get those some other time. You put them in the little box, you hit the app, it finds wherever the hell the girl is, and go, here's your box. And then she's like, oh, I guess he didn't want to see me again. He just black boxed me. Ooh, that's a good name for the app. The black box. Because you got blacklisted, but we want to get you your stuff back. That way you have no reason to come back to my apartment. The black box when you're tired of her box. All right. Anne likes it. Sandra likes it. Some people say, can you pay a little extra? And they rough the guy up. See, Tiffany wants him to get a couple black eyes. All right. So the black box. I like that. Now, the reason I thought of that is I once left these really nice running shoes I had at a girl's apartment. And then I flew out of town and came home and I'm like, oh no. Because we went for a jog, put the shoes by the door, and then left in the morning, packed up my suitcase and went. Oh, those shoes are $180 running shoes. I only ran in them twice. I'm like, could you please mail them? And you're asking a girl, a female, to get your shoes, find a box, put them in the box, tape the box, scribble your address on the box, go to the post office, stand in line behind that lady who's trying to figure out how to mail her coconut back to Hawaii. And they're going back and forth whether it needs to be in a box or you can just put the stamps on the actual coconut. And then finally, she gets to the front and she needs to fork over $14. Do you think your average one night stand is going to do any of that? They're going to go, oh, didn't find the shoes. Wouldn't it be cool if you just hit up Black Box? They show up. They grab the shoes. They go, thank you. I would have paid $40 for that service. $50 because it's a brand new $180 shoes. Let's see if you guys agree. All right, there you go. Put a baseball bat in the box. There you go. All right. See, look, FedEx doesn't accept shoe boxes. I don't know if that's true. They usually accept almost anything. You can roll a poster into a tube, put a FedEx label on it. They'll take it. I saw that in the movie Castaway. Now, along the lines, this isn't funny, but don't they need a service at the airport where it's $50 per shipment? But when you go through the x-ray machine and oh my God, I forgot that bottle of wine. I put it in this bag, but I meant to give it to my dad to pack. Ugh. Now you got this $300 bottle of wine from Italy, and the airport wants to take it from you. You're not allowed to travel with that bottle of wine. You didn't even mean to bring it. Shouldn't there be a service that's like, look, it's $100 to ship, but a little post office right next to it. You're in a hurry to go to the airport. You just take the wine, scribble, mail this to my grandpa. It's his 90th birthday gift here. And they're like, it's going to be $70. $70 because there are items they've taken from me at the airport, which are worth $50 to ship. 70. I know women have had like creams, baby beluga oil that they rub, and it's $500 cream. And the TSA is like, sorry, it's 4 ounces. Like, no, you don't understand. This is from the Dead Sea. I have to have this cream. Well, sorry, but it's over 3 ounces. That's 4 ounces right there. So you could throw it away or you could go back out. And if there was a post office right next to each x-ray machine, they could make a fortune. I bet they would get 70 packages a day. At $100 a pop, that's more than your average post office makes. And it could be just one dude sitting there like a Hertz car rental guy, just putting stamps on stuff. It only costs $15 to mail. What's funny is all those packages go back on the plane underneath. All those packages go back on the same plane you're getting on, but just underneath. And they go. You could have put all those liquids under the plane in your bag, but you made a mistake. It went in your carry-on and now you're losing it. Now imagine, oops, I forgot my handgun was in my bag. $300 to mail a handgun. Ah, my knife. $100 to mail your knife. But sometimes you got a knife from your grandpa. You don't just want to throw that knife away. They all end up in the trash. And you know what? I bet TSA root through it and go, that one's for me. Huh? Ooh, get that wine too. We're going to have a party. Bring the gun. We're going to have a party tonight. Yeah. All right. So that's what I thought of. None of this is hilariously funny. But it's a good idea for the airport. See? So we need the Black Box app, which gets girls' belongings they left behind at your place, panties, earrings, necklaces, and sends them back to wherever that girl is, never to be seen again. And we need that similar service, Black Box Airplane, Black Box Airport mailing, right next to every X-ray machine. I think we've come up with some good ideas. All right, next. I thought this was interesting. My brother, when he was 17, I was turning 21. So my brother begged me for my fake ID so that he could be 21. Start mingling, going to the club, meeting hot girls, right? Okay. Now that I'm over 37 years old, I'm begging for his ID. So when I sign up for Tinder, Bumble, Match, Hinge, I come off as 4 years younger. Isn't that funny? And he's like, oh, I don't think that's fair. You owe me, bro. I need to be 31 in this game. You understand me? There's some young bucks out there. And I still look 31 sometimes. All right. Grinder, Sean said. Yep, Grinder. So for Sean, he needs to be 5 years younger to get on Grinder. Awesome. Fair trade, right? Fair trade. Why is he holding out? Here's another one. My brother has all his boosty boosts. He's up to date on all his experimental vaccines. I need that ID too. Because Dianne Feinstein, that 89-year-old bag of skin and bones, wants to demand young people get the boosty boost so she can get a better stock price on Pfizer. So I'm like, why am I taking health advice from the lady who's going to die tomorrow? So anyways, I need 2 IDs for my brother, which if you think about it, it's fair. Because no one's ever got busted for having a 5-year younger ID. I could have gone to federal prison for sliding him my 5-year older ID. Thank you. Late night writing session. We got some laughs here. People are liking it. People are enjoying it. And people don't like Feinstein. It's going to be Diane Frankenstein soon, bringing that corpse up. Ugh, I've been vaccinated 57 times. I'll never die. That's my impression of Diane Frankenstein. All right. Yes. Ooh, I got another one for you. When I turn 65, my brother's going to need my ID again so he can get discounts at movie theaters, amusement parks, and Denny's. This is why my brother owes me 2 IDs. He owes me his vaccine ID and his young man ID so that I can be made even because I gave him my 21 ID and soon he will get my 65 ID and will experience a lot of AARP benefits. Good. I'm glad. See, this is a good writing session so far. Thank you. I want to thank you all for being a part of this. This is what comedians do. We write with other comedians, but I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of other comedians, they're not good to write with. They're not that funny. They don't have that many original ideas. And if you guys kind of come up with an idea together, you're both going, who gets to use that joke? Cause we both, this is beneficial because none of you are comedians, or if you are, you're just helping me write anyways, so you know I get all these jokes. You understand that, right? Thank you. Sandra says you're welcome. You are all a part of this process. Vicky says, I am sure you can find someone to make the appropriate ID for you and you can charge your bro for the cost. Janine says, AARP, aren't you conservative? Well, for one, I'm conservative enough to know how to spell conservative, but I saw what you did there. You conserved a few letters. Very wise. But more importantly, I don't really know all the old people cards. I just see lots of commercials for AARP. So you can go ahead and fill in the more important AARP version for conservatives. What is it? ARAP. Now, while we're doing this, talking about senior discounts, talking about fiscal responsibility, lots of laughers here. We have someone who's helping me get a senior citizen Grand Slam breakfast for the next 4 days. That person is none other than Beth Coddington. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks to Beth, I can buy a $5 breakfast for the next 4 days using my AARP card. I would highlight her name, but it has long since disappeared. That's what happens. I only have 40 seconds to find it, but I see it. It was there. So, Beth, you are loved. Everyone say, good job, Beth. John says the AARP joke works. I'm going to say that. Brother fake ID, then he owes me too. Me too. The Me Too movement. Aha. I gave my brother my 21-year-old ID when he was 17. So now he owes me too. He owes me his booster ID and his under 33-year-old ID for the dating scene. Because why me too? Because I'm going to give him my 65-year-old ID. Okay, me too, 65. We'll see if a drunk crowd can follow all those jokes. All right. There we go. There's Beth. She's back. She's right back at you. All right. We talked about airport confiscation. We talked about my brother's fake ID. And we talked about the black box. Good. Now we're going to do some more dirty jokes, the kind of jokes that are a little more PG-18. So I appreciate you guys being here. This will all continue on rockfin.com. I'm going to put a little link because some of you missed it when I first started. It's rockfin.com/Kvon comedy. We're going to finish my writing session there, and I'm going to let you all go to bed. Don't forget, I'm going to be in Nashville, Tennessee, Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, Oxnard, La Jolla. I say La Jolla, it's La Jolla. I'm going to be doing a Persian show in San Diego the day after La Jolla. So October 13th in La Jolla is a mainstream comedy night. October 14th is a Persian event center. You could come to both and you'll hear 50% new jokes between the two. And then, of course, I'm going to be in Huntington Beach and then going around the world to some private events. All right, there you go. Now you know my tour schedule. You know where to find me. And thank you all for being a part of the writing session. The Dirty Jokes writing session, PG-18 and beyond, are coming only on Rockfin so I don't get banned here. Because as you know, I've been already suppressed. We don't need to push our luck. So thank you all for tuning in. And I will see the rest of you on Rockfin. Fair enough? Good. Rockfin, Rockfin, Rockfin.